Thank you all again for joining me. I really appreciate all y'all out there that are listening, that are taking hold of the information that I'm giving. I really believe in this topic. I believe this topic is probably one of the biggest untold stories of the corruption and the bleeding of America throughout the last probably 30 or so years. We've come to such weaponization within our states, our capitals, and even into our local administrations that are supposed to be protecting the public and upholding the laws of the country. But they have turned to evil ways of doing things. And the biggest reason for so much crime in America right now, if you do not realize why so much crime is being perpetrated, is because you have all these cities which have hired black DA to punish these criminals, and they're not doing their job. They are allowing many to just be taken to jail and then released in just a few days. The black politicians in these mainly ran black cities are allowing taxpayers' money to buy the fines, pay off the fines for these criminals so that they can go back out and commit more crime. The federal government has been infiltrated, which has been weaponized against the American people as well, against the American thought process of freedom, liberty, life. They don't want none of that. They want to create corruption. They want to create destruction, and they want to kill as many people that have that type of belief in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They don't want you happy. They want you totally miserable. They want you totally afraid, totally living in fear of the criminals out here. They are perpetrating and weaponizing our judicial system. Judges, black judges, are getting into power, which are they're locking as many up as they're letting as many out. It is a revolving door. There is no justice being brought in any part of our country at this point. Justice is no longer found. We have many victims, and some victimized 3 or 4 times by the same criminals. They're allowing criminal organizations to be and paying them and weaponizing them, giving them weapons. The government is giving weapons to criminals to commit crimes against any dissenters, anybody trying to oppose their office or their district or any of that. They are weaponizing. If we really looked at the bottom of this, you would see that just like big tech, these big government officials are putting guns and handguns in the hands of criminals to keep their status. And anybody that tries to oppose it will be put down. You're seeing the weaponization of even COVID-19 within the government, where they allowed it to kill millions of voters, millions of older people that would have voted a certain way, and allowed those voters to be killed by bringing in people who were already infected, knowing that they were infected. And as you can see up in New York right now, the governor up there, nothing's going to happen to him. He will continue to be governor even after perpetrating acts of mass murder within old folks' homes and community centers, pretty much staging people inside those facilities that had the virus and then allowed it to just spread rampantly through them so that those people that would vote against him would never see the light of day. And they are weaponizing, like I said before, our judicial system. Our judges are being paid off. They're taking bribes. They are being told to stand down, or their family members are threatened, or even themselves are threatened. Many know that if they were to stick up for what is real justice, that they would be brought to death. The death would be ringing at their door. They're not upholding any of the laws of the government. Just as the federal government has a statute of saying they will uphold all the laws, the states should be upholding the laws of the federal government. That's how it works. That's how it flows. But it's not flowing that way. Yes, I know there's powers of states and there's powers of the federal government, but the federal government withholds money unless the state governments bow to them. And that is exactly what's happened now, is you have such evil people in power on the federal side that it's even corrupted the state side, because the state knows it has to have money to live. It has to have the taxpayers' dollars to live. And it's not doing that. It's actually creating more corruption. I think at this point in time we are all at a threat level of at least, from 1 to 5, I would say we're at a 4 right now. 5 meaning they've totally start just totally rampantly in your face, broad face, shoving guns at you, shooting you in the street. They haven't come to that point yet, but believe me, the more and more dissent they see, they will, because they are not going to lose power for no reason. For no reason at all will they lose power. They've hired in to our armies, into our National Guard, the most racist sergeants, the most racist, and when I say racist, I mean black racist, that will not do anything to save a city that is being burnt to the ground. They have instituted Muslim sergeants into the Army, National Guards. Your National Guards and your armies are no longer what you're thinking, people. They are Satanists. They live immoral, the most immoral lives you can think of. They are nothing of what you think they are. They will stand up for this satanic, tyrannic government that you're seeing right now. They are not going to be on your side. When they call martial law, or when they tell people to stop preaching in the streets, guess what? Nobody's out there standing up for those preachers. When they told us You can no longer preach in the schools. You can no longer preach. The government, even back then, the army never stood up. Even today, as many orders are coming through the pipe hole, they are not standing up for our borders. I mean, this is Army and National Guardsmen that have took an oath to fight a war of domestic or foreign enemies. And right now we have a bunch of domestic enemies that are not being treated as such. We have BLM, we have Antifa, we have the NAACP, which is nothing but a KKK in, legal clothing. And they are all descending upon us. They are all corrupt to the point, and we are still trying to get along. And we are not understanding. You are not understanding. If you have not listened enough to me, I'm going to tell you again. Your armies, your National Guard are total Satanists. They are total globalists. They are not for the American people. They are not. Most of them are not American. Most of them did not come here as Americans. Most of them in the highest commands right now of our intelligence and of our army is not American. They are anti-American as you can get. They are feminist. They are gay. They are lesbian. They are anti-American. They are not for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They are for destroy any dissent, destroy any morale. They destroy morale within the ranks so bad now. I mean, it is ridiculous. This is, like I said before, it has all been weaponized. It has all been handed down. These people aren't, the highest ranks are given by governors, are given by the government itself. And you can't take the rank away, and they know that, and that's why they are in power, because they are weaponized. They cannot be moved. There are immovable objects within our army ranks. It is totally weaponized now against you. You, the American, it is against you. And anybody that is closely tied knows this in the military. Anybody that has close ties to military knows that this military out there is nothing more than immoral, Satanist, racist, and like I said, the racism is not coming from the whites, but coming from blacks. And that's just the honest to God's truth. There are Muslims there now. There are gays there now. These people do not believe in Christianity. These people are not Christians. These people are not for Christian living. These people are satanic, immoral. They live immoral lives. They don't have any, if they were told today to come and grab all your guns out of your house, believe me, these people will do it. They put people in there that have no common sense. No common sense. They want somebody that's like a robot that they can be told what to do just because they feel power. They want somebody that wants to use power in a evil manner, and they're allowing that to happen. We, the people, are allowing that to happen when we smile to them and we say, thank you for your service. But I'm telling you the truth, people, these people are not for you. They will come for you. Just like, look right now, wake up, look at what's happening in Canada. They are arresting cops, which we say thank you for your service to. Cops right now in Canada are arresting preachers for just preaching God's word. We have cops right here in America that are arresting preachers for wanting to have service, giving preachers tickets, citations. Believe me, these people are not standing up for right. They do not know what right is. They are standing for wrong. They are wrong. That's why they're in the black. The black should tell you something. Why are they in black now? They used to be in white and blue emblem, because that's when they stood for something. Now they stand for what they dress like. They have black sunglasses, black hats, black shoes, black everything. Why? Because they stand for the darkness. They are the dark army against they are the ones waging war with the saints. They are not for you. They are not for you, saint. They are for the evil in this country. They stand with the evil that is being perpetrated within this country. They are allowing evil. Evil should not trump laws. When you are evil and you say, how do you describe evil? Read your Bible. It will tell you all the evil things that are in it. What not to stand for. But guess what? We overlook it and we say, oh, that's not that bad. But I'm going to tell you something. When you have people that's totally in dark clothing, dark cars, that tells you something. They no longer stand for light. They stand for darkness. They are dark. They are liars. They lie to get people put in jail. They lie to put people in prison. These cops are not the same cops as your 1970, 1980 cops. Okay? This is a new form of cop, bred to destroy, make anybody feel less than a person, okay? To make everybody feel like they're a criminal. This is a weaponized government agency now, paid off by big tech. Big tech is now paying the salaries. Not even the cities can pay the salaries of these gigantic police departments anymore, or precincts. They can't even afford it no more. Let me give you another weaponization. The weaponization is in 2008, every city in America went red belly up, okay? They have no money. Let's just go ahead and throw it out there. They have no money. They're weaponizing everything because they know they don't have no money, and they know at some point they're going to have to cut off all this free food, free funding, Section 8, all this stuff. It's fixing to go out the window. It's just a matter of time. And they know they're having to amass an army that's going to fight against Americans, because Americans, as well as I do, if you're a red-bellied American, you're not going to, you're not going to take what's coming very easily. And they know this, and that's why they're already raising up an army of Satanists and people to fight against those that are for the Lord, for righteousness, for godliness, for holiness. And I'm not talking about what I will be talking about next, which I'll go ahead and tell you will be the weaponization of religion. Not the relationship with Jesus Christ, because that's a relationship. I'm talking about the weaponization of religion, and how religion is already a weapon against the American people. But we'll talk about that in another one. Right now, we're going to be talking, like I said, about this judicial system, about this let's talk about the Supreme Court. How in the world do you have a Supreme Court that will not even hear one of the biggest cases that needs to be heard in American history about a false flag event of election fraud on a scale so big worldwide? I mean, it goes from not just our own country, because we sent all of our votes over to Germany, a liberal country like Germany to count our votes, okay? Come on, people. We are being totally we're being totally decimated by the weaponization of our voting system. Our voting system has been weaponized against us. It gave 2/3 of every vote. Of every 3 votes, they're getting 2/3. How do you beat that? You can't. It's weaponized. It's been weaponized against you. You are being weaponized against. Everything around you is a weapon formed against you. Every weapon is being formed against you. You know, like Jesus said, they hated me before they hated you. They hate Jesus, so they hate you just as well. They do not want you worshiping God. Guess what, people? Those out there saying there's not a Jesus, there's not a God, give me a break. If nothing else is showing you that Jesus is real, is why are they fighting so much about Christianity? They're not fighting Muslims. They're not fighting Buddhists. They're not fighting any of these other false religions. They're fighting Christianity because Christianity is the way. Christianity is the way to have a relationship with God. Christianity is the way to God. They don't want you to have that. They're cutting off that. Why? Because it's the truth. It's the truth. They don't want you to have the truth. They want you to be liars. They want you to be, they want you to be dumb. They want to keep you stupid, dumb, ignorant of the facts. The facts are you are being weaponized. They are weaponizing every single thing around you for your destruction. You know, why do they keep going up on prices of everything? Why do they make it where you can't even do a remodel on your own home without having to go and talk to the government about it? Why do they do all these things? Because the simple fact is they have weaponized everything where you are not able to do nothing without their say-so. And it's a lot bigger than that. They don't care. They don't care so much about that. They just are, they want total control, and they want to be totally wicked. They want to live totally wicked lives, and they don't want anybody saying anything about how they live. They don't want anybody saying anything about how they're taking their tax dollars, giving it to criminals, so that more criminals can be put out in the streets to commit more crime. That makes you think that you need more police. And why do you think, why do they want more police? Like I said, to form an army that is against Christianity and against real Americans. They're not hiring people that believe like you believe out there in the Midwest, out there in your southernmost parts of some states, and the northern parts of some states, and the middle parts of some states, and the western side of some states, and the eastern side of some states. They don't want you. They don't want those types of people. They want the people that are the most evil, corrupt people that they can, and people that can be easily corrupted. Many people in the police force, when they got there, they wanted to do the right thing, but guess what? They got corrupted. They got corrupted while they was there. Why? Because there was somebody there that was put there, weaponized, made to corrupt others. And believe me, it's happening all around this country. Not that it's just started, it's been happening. Crime rates have been soaring for years and years and years. And it's not because they can't get crime rates down. It's that they say, oh, crime rates are rising. We need more police. We need more vehicles. We need more destruction. We need more weaponry. We want to be so weaponized that by the time these people will be so scared, they'll just keep giving us the money. It's kind of like a preacher that keeps preaching about having fear in God. If you don't give me tithes now, God's going to send you to hell. Guess what? There's a lot of people out there that are ignorant enough to keep giving keep giving and giving more and giving more and giving more until they give out. And that's where we are in America. People have been given to this government, given to this government, given to this government, till they are given out. They are slapped, give out. Then the ones that should be giving aren't giving at all. Most of these, and we praise these companies. For what? These companies don't pay taxes. You know, they come to your area. They're making billions and billions of dollars. Billions. We're not talking about the little small $1 million. We're talking about billion and trillion dollar companies within our states that are not giving 1 cent to our community, and we buy their products. What are we doing, people? Wake the hell up. Wake up. What are we doing? We are giving our money to people that will not give 1 cent of their earnings to their communities. Yes, they give it to them, to the people overseas. They give it to the people in India, Pakistan, wherever, China, Africa. But they don't give nothing. That's why your crime rates are slammed out of the roof. You know, and they want workers. And they say, we can't find no workers. No, you can't find no workers because everybody's afraid to go out of their house because the crime rates are so high. Who wants to go out of their house and be killed? Who wants to go out of their house and be destroyed? You know, you got to keep your streets in order. You got to keep your house in order. You got to keep your states in order. You got to keep your government in order. You got to keep your nation in order. Without order, nothing but chaos. And that's what we have now, people. Chaos within our government agencies. Chaos is what they're bringing. Chaos is what they're giving us. Weaponization of every area of our government, of our nation, of our cities, of our states, everything weaponized against Americans. How do we fight this? How do we fight when we have totally given them the weaponry, the wisdom to understand how to weaponize, how to form weapons against us? They are throwing so many arrows and hitting so many targets now with what we've given them. We've given them a way to do algorithms that destroy so many in social media. Social media right now is a destroyer of human beings. It is a destroyer of human beings. It is a destroyer of humankind. You say, how? Because it has an algorithm that knows every single thing about you. And it knows the good about you. It knows the bad about you. Guess what? It knows you like to eat, so it just keeps throwing more and more stuff that makes you want to eat more and more. It knows you want you want to see pretty girls, so it destroys you by it just keeps giving you prettier and prettier girls. It knows that you want money, so it keeps throwing more and more financial stuff at you, Social media is Satan's playground. Social media is a satanic cult formed by cultists. Formed by a cultist, okay? These people are cults, and they're totally going to destroy every part of every nation that they possibly can. They are not bringing people together. They are bringing people into submission to sin, to immorality, to destruction. And they are creating a world of corruption and making it look glamorous. Making it look glamorous when girls dress in these crazy ways. And then allowing guys to sit there and just do nothing but look through pictures all day long. Through pictures. I'm telling you, social media is the most evil thing that's ever come upon humankind. It has drew so many people apart, and what it brings together is nothing but devilment, Satanism, and total destruction. It doesn't never bring nothing good. It always brings destruction. It was made to destroy. Yes, it was formed out of a good thought. But like I said, just like the good cop turns bad, just like a good social media has turned into a toxic waste dump of nothingness. They censor anything that is good. Why? Because, like I said, it's been weaponized to go against the grain of what most of the society believes. Christianity, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the Constitution, all those things, votes, all that stuff is withheld by censorship in the social media. If social media really wanted to be social, then why is only one voice allowed to be heard? The other voice is sheltered, censored, shut off, cut off. I mean, you have a standing president who his whole deal got cut off. Okay? This shows you something, people. This shows you they are attacking your family, your friends, your presidents, your governors. They are attacking anybody that stands for truth and justice and understanding and has Christianity as their belief. Because nobody can run anything well enough without having God in their life. That's why I say right now we're in such a world where now we think if we bring in a daggone transsexual into a government body, that's actually going to bless the state that it happens in. No, it's not, people. Get a grip. There is a God out there. There's a process that everybody needs to understand. There is a process. And if you don't go through God's process of how to process people into your government body, then guess what, people? You just have more satanic, more destruction coming your way, okay? And believe me, the state that's trying to happen in, believe me, it don't need any more destruction. It definitely doesn't need any more cursing, okay? It's already cursed enough. And that's what I'm saying. That's how bankrupt we are in our faith, in our walk with God in this country right now, that we will give our government bodies over to anybody. Anybody. I mean, we just gave our government, our whole government, to an imbecile who is going to run it into the ground just because people didn't like tweets that a president put out. Are we serious, people? Have we come to the point where we would rather choose a blessing, or we'd rather choose a curse just because the blessing might, seem a little bit, off kilter sometimes? I mean, I say it like this, David didn't always do the right thing, not even with his people, and guess what? He still was blessed. His country was still blessed because he made sure he was with God, that God was with him. You know what? That's what you got to think about here. These two imbeciles we have in office right now do not have any God in them. They don't have any belief at all. They are totally bankrupt, and they're going to bankrupt whatever's left of our nation through all these dumb policies just because they want to wage war against anything that their prior predecessor done. And it is destroying the lives of, that's what I say too. You have to think about, these people aren't thinking about country and country for all. They're thinking country and only country for some. White country needs to be taken out. We need to install more and more of these illegals into the country. They're not for the countrymen. They're for the foreigner. And our country is going to feel the effects of it in another 10, 15 years. Probably in another, before 10 years even comes up, you're probably going to be feeling it. And, yes, we have a lot of things going wrong. There could be things going right if we choose God and we choose not to believe the lies that these people have perpetrated. That we, they try to say, we have systems that, help us with this. There's some things that systems, like judicial systems that are already corrupt, are never going to solve. You have an election that is never going to be solved through a judicial system, because our judicial system is so corrupt now, they will not let anything through that would make anything better, okay? They're going to try to cause more and more destruction to America, to American lives, and if you're not aware of it, you will be swept up in it. And, yes, there is a few good guys out there. Yes, there are. But you know what, people? There's not enough good guys out there. There's not enough. The good guys are being destroyed because they don't have enough good under them to back them up, to, fortify them. We need to have men out there that if you do have a strong, good leader around your state or around your city or whatever it is, you need to have men fortified with him, meaning standing with him at all times, fortified. But there's not very many, if any at all at this point. Most are taking bribes on each side of the aisle. It doesn't matter anymore. Both sides are so corrupt now and so bankrupt. They don't even care no more about the country, nor the countrymen, nor the children, nor the women. And you can tell it through the laws that they're passing and the laws that they're allowing to be passed, that they don't care anymore for the children. They don't care anymore for the women. And they damn sure don't give anything about men. Okay? They do not care anymore about these things. They don't care about family. They don't care about nothing but money, power, and that little bit of respect they get from the ignorant people that keep voting them in and expecting a different result. I just hope that y'all would take away from this that this country needs to really look at who is in power within their states, within their cities, within their federal government, to realize who needs to go and who needs to stay. And these DAs, forget about just the governors. You need to be going after the DAs, the district attorneys within these districts that you live in, because they're not doing their job if your crime rate is soaring through the roof. If your crime rate's soaring through the roof, they are not doing their job. And you need to be making sure that they're doing their job, and they need to be doing their job. And guess what? You need to be calling for your governors when these people come to your city. You need to be screaming down that daggone governor's face saying, I want federal troops brought in. I want state troops brought in because I pay taxes for these state troops, and I want these state troops in my city because I don't want my city burnt to the ground. And that's for those living in those cities, living in those places that this is taking place in. You need to forget about the police. You need to be asking for the National Guard to be brought in. But like I said, the National Guard right now is in such a way that is so anti-American, anti-government, or anti-American, and anti-anything to do with Christianity. The people in those high rankings in most of those things are not Christians. They're Muslims, or they're agnostic, or they don't believe at all. They're atheists. They don't have any belief in God. So I'm just telling you, we are in a bad way, and they are going to continue weaponizing until we back off, until we quit giving to the coffers. Because right now, if we keep giving to the coffers, we're just giving the rope to hang ourselves with later on. And that's exactly what we've already pretty much done. We just kept giving them rope to hang ourselves on. But I hope y'all enjoy this message. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope God blesses you in this and in some way altogether. And please like and share this with as many as you know, for it is a message that's not being preached. And it definitely needs to be talked about and discussed. And hopefully we can find some results. Thank you again. Proud of It podcast. We're out.